Hello there. So I had a bit of spare time. Um, before having to give this shared device back to the other person, and I thought that I would come and do a live. It's raining outside. I'm thinking about going upstairs in a little bit, and yeah, um, I will. Whether I should or shouldn't, try to judge me for it. I will admit that I don't really have a whole lot of ideas that I'm coming into this with. I mean, there really is value in the viewers and their participation and their, you know, kind of curiosities and inputs. Um, so, I will, and of course, now that finally plays. So, and that's the other thing, is I was waiting for um, a tab that the one wasn't spinning anymore, but it was still being slow, so I've duplicated it. Um, and it looks like that one is, and hopefully will when I go to it, going to behave. But like I say, I'm just kind of borrowing this device at the moment. But um, I guess I'll try and think of a couple things to say on the topic, and I welcome you to do the same in the chat. Welcome. Um, it's only been rolling for under 2 minutes. It felt like five. I don't know why, or close to five. Anyway, the person left. I'm going to try and say a couple things just to kind of give this a bit of content because, yes, I probably won't make it a very long one, actually. And then, can't be already back, but it is raining, like I say. Get the coat and the umbrella. Anyway, and then I'll just let the rest transpire in comment. Um, thought I'd stopped that already. Um, so I think we can all agree that having a sense of purpose and having reason to our lives, I guess is a neat way to put it. Maybe I'll even make some of this content into a song. Is important. It's valuable, right? Um, and when we don't have it, um, things can be hard and stressful and depressing and all that stuff, right? So I'm curious what a sense of purpose means for you. Um, what you what gives you a sense of purpose and that helps you feel good and hopefully also um, benefits others. Um, you know, I'd love to be here right now saying that I had a bunch to talk about. Well, like I say, I'm a bit short on time, but that I could, you know, give examples. However, it's something that I've been struggling with lately, if I being honest. YouTube is kind of one of them, I would say for sure. Um, Group support. Just generally trying to be there for people when I can be. It doesn't happen as often as I would like. It's not because there isn't a need. That being said, if it was a lot more, I might not be able to kind of manage that. Um, but this at this point in time, I can stand to be able to be there and support more people. And it's just at this point chapter in my life, I mostly have acquaintances and not a lot of local living connected family. It's just and I'm not the only one that a lot of the family is just they just sometimes around holidays, but otherwise they're not really in much contact with a lot of each other. Um, I'm gonna take a moment to try and maybe I'll try and do this incrementally, like in my younger days before being a teenager. I mean, well, and beyond that for quite a number of years, school. Um, Work when I had it, although I've never had my dream job. I'm trying to. Um, and those are, of course, pretty common ones, I understand. Sometimes connections. connections, relationships um, can bring that. Um, and, nobody's ever perfect, and things fluctuate sometimes. It's true. Uh, but what else? Um, because again, I do feel like those are kind of obvious ones. When I was younger, I also was involved in some extracurriculars, theater, different different. Yeah, I guess workshops would be the word. Um, those who are familiar with me in the channel might already know some of these things, but what do I feel most strongly would be the things that would give me purpose or make me feel purposeful, and you know and continue to, would be, aside from, like I say, generally being there for people who need some support, um, doing music to, you know help them work through their emotions and to feel good as well, of course, right? um, Doing photography, and when that's people based, to remind them of their, for lack of a different way to say it, sparkle. Their Yes, in a photograph, more of an external beauty, but also possibly incorporating their interests, you know, in like a photo type thing or whatever. Um, and that kind of shows more of an essence of them, right? Making impactful films would be cool. General healing, helping, yeah, and the coaching thing, like I say. Um, but life goes through times, right? And ebbs and flows, right? So again, just curious what you feel gives you purpose, or suggestions for finding it that you might have for folks. Okay, he's back now, so I haven't really gotten to look at my playlist, and it's raining. Just a moment, be right there. So I have to go kind of pat the dog dry with a towel. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you. Take care. Bye. Didn't really line up to have people come in, but then again, sometimes they come up for a while and it's quiet. So, and that's never enjoyable. So, or as enjoyable as it could be if it wasn't. Anywho, bye for now. Ugh.